Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of James Bond Bitcoin Live 0092 hashtag unsustainable. Oh, goodness. You know, there are some things in life that are just unsustainable. Two of them are Ponzi's and pyramids. So let me go in the note section real quick. Let's see what's going on here. Of course, potential hard forks coming up here. The joke hard forks, the Bitcoin Silver, Bitcoin Platinum, Bitcoin Uranium. Oh, goodness. So they're all there for you to look at. There are links to Bitcoin Talk forums. Check out what they're saying. Of all, very brutal on that forum. Very brutal. People are not liking it at all. So that's that for that. video, by the way. Proof that Bitconnect is not a scam. It's a video. After I watched that video, I have to say, I'm not sure if I can call Bitconnect a scam. All right. Matter of fact, because I am not able to prove that Bitconnect is a scam. All right. Because I cannot prove that Bitconnect is a scam, I may not be able to call Bitconnect a scam. Some people have that view, but after watching that video, I might take on that same view that Bitconnect is a scam, or Bitconnect is not a scam. I can't call Bitconnect a scam. I don't know. Anyways, I just can't, because I can't prove it. I can't prove that it is a scam. It's hard for me to say Bitcoin is a scam. All right. I don't know how many times I got to say that. Also in the notes section is the music video that I always plug into the notes section. Muse, the second law, unsustainable. Kind of goes in with what I was saying about last episode. The energy it takes to maintain this network. It takes energy, people. It takes energy. So when you have a network that drains energy, like takes from you, you have to provide energy into that network to keep it going. So enjoy the music video. Also, in the notes section is hashtag yes2x60. What you're looking at here, the meme. I'll go over the meme here in a moment. And also, Pot of Gold. There's a link to the meme of Pot of Gold, as well as the Pot of Gold donation address. It's a SegWit address. Feel free to donate to the Pot of Gold so other people can participate and try to crack the code, or at least figure out forward recovery seed. And also in the notes, it's Hiroja Shibe Space Odyssey Network, a link to her channel. Please subscribe to her, follow her, and watch her videos, as well as Skive. Skive is making videos out there as well. Subscribe to him, follow him, and watch his videos as well. And Yes for Motivation, a link for him as well. Excellent. So let's see who is all in the live chat. Dual overhead camness, as well as I'm going to try to pronounce it. I always keep forgetting how to pronounce it. Syringency. Surgency. I'll just say Surgency. It sounds right. And Alan Bell, welcome. First time I think I've seen you here. Alan Bell says, the best scams can't be proven until they take off with your money. Remember Enron? Well, I not that I wasn't in Houston at the time when Enron was around. Actually, I was in California. The only thing I remember about was it was extremely higher when Enron was around. And Enron was a black box. They never. All right. Everything was taken at their word. And yes, the thing about Enron is when it started collapsing, you could tell there was an admission of guilt because one of the upper management employees wrote a lovely note and went inside his lovely, I believe it was Mercedes. I think it was a Mercedes-Benz. And basically shot himself in the head in the Mercedes-Benz right before the collapse of Enron, before it really started collapsing. So yeah, and mission again. My mic is breaking up. Are you sure? I'm gonna have to listen to myself now. Okay, you're forcing me to listen to myself here. Hold on. Oh, you're right. Okay, hold on here. Let me see if I can fix that. Can you hear me now? Is this any better? All right. Hold on. This is all live. Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. Okay, sorry about that. I'm having some internet connections for all day today, and I was a little worried about the live stream, and it looked like my internet was coming back on, but my internet's kind of dying and going back and forth. Anyways, sorry about the dead air. I'll try to make up for it. Anyways. How about now? Can you hear me? Is this any better? Hello? Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. Okay, I'm gonna have to trust you, Alan Bell. If it does sound better, I do appreciate it. Okay, it looks like the internet's going. Everything's fine. All right, sorry about that. The internet was not working for me very well today. I had to call the company, and they had to tell me like, okay, all right, I hear myself. All right, let's go on with the meme. Sorry about that. Sorry for the long delay. Waiting for confirmation. So if you ever felt, you ever get that feeling of something is bad about to happen? Well, with Bitconnect, you may get that feeling. So this has quite a few meanings. Waiting for confirmation, hashtag yes to X. Now, there's a lot of stuff going around Bitconnect. It's getting delisted on several listing platforms. It's also not getting good publicity or publicity. Well, it's not getting good news. You know, people are openly talking about Bitconnect as a Ponzi, like openly. Like it's kind of known amongst this community that it's a Ponzi. But yet people who can't disprove the disprove that it's a scam aren't willing to say it's a scam, right? It's the weirdest thing. It's like, it's almost like they're willfully ignorant, willfully stupid, or willfully dumb. Now, if they're not being willfully of any of those things, then you have to say, then they must be dumb, they must be ignorant, and they must be stupid to not realize that Bitconnect is a Ponzi. Matter of fact, even I guess you have to be a genius. You might have to be a genius to figure out that Bitconnect is a Ponzi, because Vitalik, all right, Vitalik Buterin, someone tweeted to Vitalik Buterin about Bitconnect. He didn't even know what it was. He was like, "What is it? I've never heard of it." And the person explained what Bitconnect was. It's a platform where you lend your Bitcoin for Bitconnect tokens, and you make 1% a day for 40% a month. And straight up, the next tweet that Vitalik Buterin, remember, he's a genius, right? His IQ is like, I don't know what the score is for IQ. Supposedly 150 is like the highest. But anyways, the guy's a genius, and the next tweet he tweeted was, "It's a Ponzi." That was his next tweet. So if Vitalik Buterin knows that Bitconnect is a Ponzi without even knowing what it is, just the fact that its whole selling pitch is 1% return every day. I mean, Vitalik already knows it's a Ponzi. So I know we all can't be Vitalik Buterin. I know. You know, I wish I was Vitalik. I wish I was a genius like Vitalik. Maybe that's the problem. We're not all geniuses. And so, you know, we can't figure out that Bitconnect is a Ponzi. How you doing, Robert? That's the first time Robert A, I've seen you here. I'm not sure if you're new to the channel. Anyways, this has kind of double meaning, because not only is Bitconnect kind of having some issues here. Looks like the Bitconnect is falling out of favor with the community. But SegWit 2X is coming up. It's still coming up, and it's like you're almost looking at a week and a half now. And a lot of people are sweating because nobody knows what to do with their coins, right? Nobody has any idea what to do with their coins. They're looking at their coins and they don't know what to do. All right, they don't know how to split them. Some people want to try to split them as soon as possible, and because they want to either dump your Bitcoin and get more SegWit 2X coins, or you want to dump your SegWit 2x coins and get more Bitcoin, if you can, the easiest thing to do as a user, without getting very technical with it, is just put your coins on the exchanges, which I don't like saying that, but considering that a lot of people out there who can't figure out that Bitconnect is a Ponzi, and they're, you know, and they have Bitcoin to send to Bitconnect, it just gives you an idea of how many stupid people are out there who have who have Bitcoin, may not be able to figure out that there's even a SegWit 2x hard fork coming. But the easiest thing would be to do is put them on the exchange. Exchanges that will support 2 forks. Coinbase being one, Bitfinex being another, Bitflyer most likely. Basically, the exchanges that also split your Gold, your Bitcoin Gold. That's probably where you want your coins. Now, there's risk involved. The risk is you don't know when you're going to get your coins. You don't know when they'll unlock the withdrawal and deposits, that time frame. Exchanges may get hacked. Your coins may just get locked up because maybe they want to verify who you are, and you don't want to do that. So you have to have some kind of conflict with the exchanges. So there's some risk involved in doing that, but by far that is the easiest way to split your coins. So, and I'll get into maybe some technicals of how you can actually split the coins yourself, since there is no replay protection. How you doing, Richie Rich? Good to see you. Well, if you want, Alan Bell, if you want to know what the proof is, there's okay. There's, if you go in the notes section, maybe you guys had a chance to see it, or maybe you didn't. And sorry, I went out for a little bit. My internet kind of went out. In the notes section, there is a video called "Proof That Bitconnect Is Not a Scam." There you go. Check out that video. There's really no such thing as a sustainable Ponzi. Yeah, Alan Bell, that is the real question. On what fork will Bitcoin get the title, or what fork will get the title of Bitcoin? And at that point, it's really up to the users. Of course, miners are users. They'll have their coins. Some large investors, of course, are users. People who had a large stake are all users. If you have anybody that has Bitcoin, are all users. And you'll finally get to decide which chain is more valuable for miners to mine on to keep it going. And if that doesn't happen, then one chain or the other will have to decide to fork again to reduce their difficulty, and maybe even add replay protection, and eventually just fork off and become essentially an altcoin, but its roots in Bitcoin. In reality, all forks of Bitcoin are Bitcoin, in my opinion. Are we considering it as a community? Are we considering which chain are we considering the Bitcoin right now? Because in the future, we don't know which chain is really going to survive, and it's whatever it's going to be called Bitcoin in the future. We just don't know that. Only time will tell, and depends how long you live. So let's go on. So this has double meaning. If you're in Bitconnect, you're probably sweating because, first of all, you had your market cap go down, and now you had one listing platform delist, Bitconnect, and there's other platforms that won't even list Bitconnect. So I'll go over that in this episode here. All right, so next is the Bitcoin pot of gold. All right, please donate to the Bitcoin pot of gold. It makes it fun for everyone there. Oh, Neo Geo, welcome. Good to see you. Neo Geo says, in my opinion, any fork should get a new name. I agree. Any group of people that are attempting to fork from this chain should be considered a new coin. But of course, this is a very hostile fork. This is very contentious, and this is an attempt to replace the development team, to hijack the title Bitcoin, of course, and endanger your coins as well. So this is very dangerous. But hopefully you all keep your Bitcoin. You'll be able to split your coins. Anyways, Pot of Gold, please donate to the Pot of Gold. It's a SegWit address. The QR code with the arrow pointed to the Pot of Gold, that's the donation address. The QR code on the right, it's a yellow target. I don't know if you're able to see it, but that is the encrypted private key. If you're good at cracking passcodes, try your hand at it. And then the QR code on the bottom is a link to Yellow Fever for you, to his channel. He's the one that gave me this idea. And hopefully we'll get somebody to donate. I think there's over $30 worth. I just need someone to donate in there to say that it did go into $30 instead of watching the price go up to $1 billion. So then I'll be able to give out the third clue for the third word of the 24-word recovery seed. Thank you. All right, so Bitconnect. I'm going to be talking about Bitconnect. There is I have a lot of concerns. I'm not a Bitconnect user, of course. This was a meme that I used in a previous video. Anybody who still believes that Bitconnect is not a Ponzi and Bitconnect is not a scam, you either are willfully ignorant, willfully dumb, willfully stupid, willfully turning a blind eye to what I think a lot of people already know, that this is a Ponzi. The fact that they can't prove that it's a Ponzi just goes to show you that they're blind to the obvious. All right, if Vitalik Buterin, who's never heard of Bitconnect, right? If all he has to see is that Bitconnect offers 1% every day in returns, knows right away that Bitconnect is a Ponzi, right? And maybe because he's a genius, maybe, and we're all just too stupid to realize that Bitconnect is a Ponzi, and we just can't see it. Anybody who says they can't call this a scam because they're just not sure if it's a Ponzi, you're gonna have to question their intelligence a lot, and you have to question their integrity as well if they're on YouTube making these making a claim that they just can't they just don't know. They can't say that it's a scam because I can't prove that it is. You know, everybody knows. It's almost like an open secret at this point. Everybody is talking about how Bitconnect is a Ponzi and why is it being listed on CoinMarketCap and other listing platforms. So Recently, it had a decrease in market cap. Like it literally lost almost $1.5 billion somehow. My theory is they did an inventory and they realized they don't have that many Bitcoins to back up their Bitconnect tokens. And my theory also is that there's a lot more people taking out loans than giving loans. In other words, there's a lot of people taking out Bitcoins than there are Bitcoins coming in. So yeah, BitPetite disappeared. GladiaCoin, Bitconnect, same game. Robert A. Oh goodness. Well, we'll go into it a little bit. I know it doesn't guarantee 1%, but the marketing materials and what people are spreading, right? What people are saying about Bitconnect says otherwise. All right, Alan. Alan Bell. I've had people on this show tell me that it's it it gives you 1%, about 1%. It doesn't guarantee 1%, but it averages out to 1% a day for 40% a month in return. I've had people on the show. I had 3 bit connectors. All right, I am English, Jedi Knight, and some other guy who's so insignificant I don't even remember. And I had all 3 of them, and even Ozzy came on the show. You know, I find that kind of ironic that he came on, didn't even say anything about it. He was just there to maybe oversee things. I think Ozzy is involved in Bitconnect somehow, because just how could such a person who's so wealthy, owns 6 businesses, can't see the obvious? Maybe he's not a genius like Vitalik. After all, Vitalik's a genius. He knows right away it's Bitconnect's a Ponzi, but other people, either again, they're too stupid, too ignorant, too dumb, or they're willfully stupid, willfully ignorant, and willfully dumb, turning a blind eye to what's obvious to everybody. Anyway, so let's go on. All right, so this is CoinCodex or CoinCodex. I'm sorry. Let me see if I got the website right. CoinCodex. Okay. So this is the listing platform that lists a lot of coins. And if you noticed, Bitconnect is not on here. Wow. Why isn't Bitconnect on here? Strange. I mean, maybe it's gone down. Maybe their market cap has gone down. Let me just scroll down. I mean, surely they must be in the top 50, top 60, somewhere around here, right? I mean, they must be. They've got to be somewhere around here. Top 70, top 70, top 80. No, top 90, top 100. They're not on here. Okay, interesting. CoinCodex does not list Bitconnect. Well, that's interesting. Let's find out a little bit more now. If you look up Bitconnect, CoinCodex will show Bitconnect, but they put a little warning, as you see here. And the warning is right here. So they've decided as a listing platform to warn their users about Bitconnect. All right. And the warning says, warning, we think that the business model outlined in Bitconnect is economically unsustainable. So we decided to distance ourselves from this project. All right. So it's obvious to everybody else except for the people who are involved in Bitconnect, some way or shape that they're involved in Bitconnect. It's not obvious to them because they're blind to the fact, willfully ignorant, but it's obvious to everybody else. And what's funny is these Bitconnectors, they're literally making a fool of themselves, and they think we don't see it. That's the irony about it. So let's go on to the article and let's see what it says. So this is CoinCodex. This is what they said. This is their article. Came out today. It says, what is Bitconnect and why we have decided to distance ourselves from it. So they were listing Bitconnect, but I think Bitconnect is kind of at a point where a lot of people are uncomfortable having associations with this cryptocurrency, if I can call it that. I don't even think they have a blockchain, to be honest with you. Or the platform Bitconnect. And they give reasons why. I think they feel that this business model that they have is not sustainable. And here's an example of what I'm talking about. This is a platform that listed Bitconnect. Now they've delisted it because look at some of the things that they have gathered as a part of Bitconnect marketing material. Lending amount, $1 to $1,000. Interest accrued daily, up to 40% per month, which turns out to be almost about 1%. Capital back, it takes 299 days. So it's not like this platform didn't do their homework. There's a lot of information here. I like this one. Anybody who donates 10,000 to 100,000 will get 40%, up to 40% interest, all right, per month, plus 0.25% daily. And you'll get your capital back in 120 days. Very nice. So this, they've obviously done their homework. They've taken the time to look at Bitconnect, and they've decided that they don't want anything to do with Bitconnect. They don't even want their money. They don't even want their name on their platform, on their listing platform. This is a website that makes its money off of listing coins. They don't even want Bitconnect on their listing platform. So they talk about some red flags. I mean, they done their research, and their conclusion, after taking the time to further analyze the Bitconnect project, it is clear. I'm sorry. After taking the time to further analyze the Bitconnect project, it is still unclear who is behind the project, exactly how it works, or if BCC has any actual use. Bitconnect also employs a number of dubious methods in order to operate and promote its business. The business model outlined by the company is economically unsustainable. With the current level of returns, unable to be validated by any legally known investment system, the Bitconnect project also generates a large amount of negative feedback from within the cryptocurrency community, with accusations that the project is actually a scam or a Ponzi scheme being actively discussed. And it is. I mean, it's all over the place. If you've got to be totally stupid to not hear the accusations from all over the place that Bitconnect is a scam, a Ponzi scheme. You've got to be literally totally ignorant. Either willfully or you really are ignorant. I mean, that's, and this is not me saying this. Well, this is me. I'm actually saying this. But if you read this article, look, the conclusion is, right? The conclusion is that it's getting negative feedback from what the community. All right. Remember, scams happen because the community allows it. I don't think the community is really really wants Bitcoin, or not Bitcoin, Bitconnect to be a part of this community. Hello, boss lady. It's me, boss lady. How you doing? And so I'll read on further. As a result, we have taken the decision to distance ourselves from this project, remove it from the top 100 by market cap list, and place a warning on Bitconnect page, which they have done, which is right here. Nope, that's not it. Sorry. Here. So if you look up Bitconnect on their platform, you get a warning. And you know, this is what the community asked for. This particular listing platform, Listen, has done their own research and has come up with their own conclusion. And they agree with the rest of the community that this is unsustainable and it is a scam and a Ponzi scheme. Simple as that. All right, so next article I'm going to talk about is the Ken, or yeah, the Kin token. So the Kin token, and I've discussed this before, is from Kick, and I've mentioned this in this show, that Kick is a messaging app, and what I understand what Kick is a messaging app for basically, you know, the sex trade. That's how that's how I understand what Kick is used for. The company and the developers are based out of Canada, and I don't know if anybody knows this, but in Canada, it is legal to sell sex. So it's very interesting that Kick is based out of Canada. Anyways, they did an ICO. They raised a lot of money. There were insinuations, or a lot of people felt that they were promises of being listed on the exchange. Well, after the ICO of, I think, $90 million, there was no listing of exchanges. The token was nothing more than a token appreciation, and basically you donated your money and you got some tokens that you may or may not be able to use on their platform as a redeemable token to use their service. So the title of the story says it all. Kin value continues to drop over 70% since ICO. Now, I think this is the trend that you're going to see. Any ICOs that you are going to participate at this point in time or any time in the future is either going to be an exit scam or a charity. Don't expect to get your money back or get more money out of it at this point. This pretty much was a total scam, because if you look at their coin market cap here and you look at this chart, you'll see people just eventually sold out. And you know, if you want to know where they sold out, they went onto Ether Delta and dumped their Kin tokens for Ethereum and eventually cashed out that way. So go ahead and read this article. It's not too bad. It kind of explains, it's a Medium article, and Raquel Jackson, I believe is the name. And so it kind of outlines what your typical ICO is, for the most part, in my opinion. That's your typical ICO. It's just going to go down in value. It's just to raise money to give you a Chuck E. Cheese token. And that's all it was. So don't waste your time on ICOs, people. I think the ICOs are over. They're done. At this point in time, the new rage is proof of stake tokens. That's a new rage. And of course, forking tokens. So forks are going to be the new rage. Currently, proof of stake tokens are the rage right now. I think eventually they'll just die off because proof of stake tokens are not sustainable either in any way. You continually need more and more users to buy in just to support the price. So let's see what else is here. Okay, so this is the part where I'm going to talk a little bit about the SegWit 2x hard fork. And as I'm getting closer, as we're getting closer and closer to the actual hard fork, a lot of people are wondering, how are you going to split your tokens? All right, our wallet's going to do it for you? Maybe. You're going to have to wait. Are exchanges going to do it for you? Yes, they will, but you're risking your tokens, you're risking your Bitcoins, all right? And you're giving up your private keys. So there is a risk there. And I've been burned so many times by Mt. Gox. I mean, put it this way, almost all exchanges have been hacked. Even the Chinese exchanges have been hacked. If they haven't been hacked, then are poorly mismanaged to the point where they socialize losses to their users. All right, Huobi, OK Coin. I'm not sure if BTC China has ever been hacked or socialized any losses, but you know, it wouldn't surprise me if they did because of whatever margin liquidity. Bitfinex obviously has been hacked. Client Shibzig, how you doing? Welcome to the chat. He asked, Mr. James Bond, have you ever heard of a gambler guy called Bitzler? The name sounds kind of familiar. It kind of sounds familiar. I think, if anything, was it a gambling site? I'm not sure. Anyways, Bitstamp has also been hacked. So, and then a lot of other exchanges that no longer exist, obviously because they've been hacked. So, you know, you do leave yourself at risk when you use exchanges to split your coin. I just want to just put that out there. Of course, you can do whatever you want with your tokens, your Bitcoin. I'm not going to stop you. So, but what do you do if you're not interested in waiting for a wallet? You own your private keys. You don't want to put it onto an exchange. So here's what I've been hearing. And I've been thinking about it. People talk about tainting your coins. And I kind of have some idea what they're talking about. And I'll try to get into it a little bit here with this. So okay, so client Shibzig says that Ozzy's cast show there are Bitzler bots out Sheen. They clean up wallets. Okay. Yeah, I'm not quite understanding what you're saying. So they have like bots that go around and they go into empty wallets or wallets that haven't been used and they just clean them out. That's a lot of computer power, but I guess it's possible. Anyways, sorry, Brian, if I'm using your QR code, but since you took most of my treasure hunts, I guess it won't even matter. But I'll give you an example of how I understand how you can taint your coins, so that way you'll separate your Bitcoin from your SegWit 2x coin. So I use Brian's address because it has a lot of inputs. All right, a lot of inputs, and I'll show you right here. So here's the inputs, and a lot of this is from my treasure hunt. So he's sweeped all these treasure hunts from me, and you can see that there's, I don't know how many, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So there's about 16 transactions here in which Brian has, won my treasure hunts mostly. So now these are all like Bitcoins. Now what he can do is, after the fork, okay, this is important, after the fork, once there's a chain split, but there's no replay protection, how do you protect from getting replayed? So this is what I've been hearing. This is how I understand it, is simply that once the chain splits and starts making new coins unique to each chain, you need to take the new coins that were newly created from each chain. Like, for example, after the split, if there's new coins being created, new coins being mined, they create a new address, and they are unique, though, since the creation of that coin is unique to that particular chain, which would be the regular Bitcoin. If you took a little piece of that and you just added another input into this address, it's tainted. Okay, it's tainted, particular, and unique to Bitcoin chain. Now, you have to do a little bit more than that. So once you have gotten your hands on any Bitcoin that is new, okay, and that is only found on the Bitcoin blockchain after the hard fork, all right, just any amount, any Satoshi, anything. Once that's done, when you have to move all these Bitcoins into one output. So you take all the inputs of your transactions plus the tainted coin being any newly created Bitcoin that was created after the hard fork, input it into this, okay? So you would add 17 transactions. So right now there's 16, then you would put in the tainted coin, any amount, any Satoshi amount, and then you generate one output. So you would put, whatever, 0.0188406. Well, you would have to have some fees. So let's leave, let me see, for that many outputs, let's just see what the transaction amount would be. I don't own the private key to Brian's, wallet, so I can't send it. But in Coinbin, you can try to make a raw transaction. Let's see. Oh, let me see. It says I need one or more input is invalid. Let me see here. Oh, I don't know. For some reason, it's telling me one or more inputs invalid. Let me see here. If I just reload this. Okay. Interesting. What did I do wrong? Well, I'm not sure what I did wrong, but essentially you would take all the inputs, add one more input into it, which would be the tainted coin, and then combine all those inputs into one output into another address. And essentially you have split your coins. And it will not be replayed on the SegWit address because of that one transaction that came from the Bitcoin chain that was a newly created coin that does not exist on the SegWit chain. And vice versa, you could do the same, I'm assuming. Then after you sweep this, you can resweep it for your SegWit address, and you could do it that way. But I wonder why it's saying one or more input and output is not valid. This is interesting. Oh, I've got to enter an address. Okay. There we go. There we go. Now we'll do a transaction. Okay, so we're obviously not going to do that much high fee. Well, let's see how much. Oh, okay, so it's 1,000. So 16 inputs to make one output. It's about 1,100 bytes. After, and this is just the raw transaction. So after you input into a signature right here, after you put in your private key and your signature, it probably would be like 15 to 2,000 bytes, most likely. So this is not the final size of it, but this gives you an idea of how many bytes you need. So putting a 4,000 transactions, that'd be only 4 bytes. You probably need, depending how much transactions are in the mempool, how much backlog there is in the mempool. Let me see here. You probably need 84. I would say 84. That's about 150 satoshis per byte, somewhere around there. Maybe a little bit less. But if you can wait for it, that's fine. If you want it, if you need it fast, you would obviously add more to the transaction. And so I think this would be about 80 satoshis per byte. Anyways, you get the idea. So you sweep this into one wallet, and then you'll be able to do that. Oh, you can't see anything right now, Brian? Or I'm sorry, not Brian. Oh, dual overhead camness. All right, sorry about that. Are you having, is it a video problem? I know I'm having internet issues. Am I not sharing my screen? I'm sorry about that. I didn't even share my screen. There we go. Is that better? All right. Well, I'm sorry about that. I am having internet connection problems, and it didn't share the screen. Well, here you go. I'll do it one more again. I'll just explain it real quick one more time. There's 16 transactions in here. All right. And if you use coinbin.com, you just put in your address, it will automatically go in. And so once you do that, you add another transaction. Any new Bitcoin that comes on the Bitcoin blockchain, any Satoshi amount, make it the 17th transaction. Once you do that, you've tainted your coin. And when you taint your coin, you're basically splitting it. You're preventing it from being replayed on the SegWit blockchain, because that new coin does not exist on the SegWit blockchain because it's going to be mined by somebody else with a completely different address. So that's a way you can split your tokens. So if this helps, all right. And so once you get that one bit of transaction in there, that's the tainted Bitcoin. And when I say tainted, it means that it is a new coin that was newly minted on the Bitcoin blockchain after the hard fork, because it was mined by somebody else from a different address, probably a new address that doesn't exist on the other chain. And then once you do that, you output it into one address. So you take all those out, you take all of these inputs, and then you output into one address, and then you effectively have split your Bitcoin from your SegWit 2x coins. And then I guess you can take a SegWit compatible, SegWit 2x compatible wallet and sweep whatever SegWit coins are in there into another SegWit address, SegWit 2x address, if that makes sense. Josh S., thank you. You gave me a thumbs up. I'm assuming I explained it right. So sorry if I missed out on all this. Let me see here. I'll go over, try to go over everything I talked about. If you didn't see this meme, here you go. I apologize. This is the meme, waiting for confirmation. This is what a lot of people are going to be doing during the SegWit 2x hard fork. So this is what's going to be happening here. And also, anybody who's involved in Bitconnect who are trying to withdraw your Bitcoins or get your money out of Bitconnect, you're probably sweating right now as well. You're probably waiting for a confirmation. So this is this is what you'll look like. You'll be sweating. You'll be sweating hard, sweating balls. That's for sure. And then sorry about this, Bitcoin pot of gold. Sorry if you didn't have a chance to see it. Apologize about that. Just having technical difficulties tonight. My internet connection is very, very bad. I'm having some issues, and then reset my my Google Hangouts. I had everything ready. Sorry about that. And I'll go over this. Okay, crypto CoinCodex.com. This is the listing platform. No Bitconnect whatsoever, none whatsoever. And then the warning: they do list Bitconnect, they just won't list it on their platform. But if you do look it up, there's a warning, and it's pretty clear. It's right here. We think that the business model outlined by Bitconnect is economically unsustainable, so we decided to distance ourselves from this project. And it says read more. Here it is. Here's the article. What is Bitconnect and why we have decided to distance ourselves from it? And then they've done their research. It's not like they just, you know, made a call on a whim. And they kind of explain right here, as you can see, the advertising material, or how Bitconnect advertises itself, where you're getting up to 40% return per month on $100 to $1,000 after 299 days. And then anything $10,000 to $100,000, you're getting 40% per month plus an extra 0.25% daily after 120 days. And then all the red flags they mentioned, and their conclusion on the bottom right here, their conclusion on why they've distanced themselves. Oh, Bitzler, you mean Adam Gutierrez? Is that the same guy you're talking about? Yeah, that guy, he's weird. He's into like what is that other thing that you mine on your hard drive, and they made all these casinos. Bit. I'm not sure if it's called Bit Shares or whatever. That fat bald guy that's from Canada. Is that who you're talking about? That promotes gambling sites and other stuff, all this other nonsense. Yeah. You're saying what else are you saying? At casino sites which execute wallet cleaning scripts. Well, he's house cleaning. Also, there's an old site called Bitzler Gambling, which is obviously a scam. Bitzler invited Ozzy to play poker, and Bitzler is owner of Burstcoin. That's right, Burstcoin. Yeah, the Burstcoin nonsense. You hard mine, you mine on your hard drive, and they had this Burst Nation and casino and all this other nonsense. Well, if Ozzy likes to gamble, let him gamble. He said Bitzler invited Ozzy to play poker, and Bitzler is the owner from Burstcoin. I know it a little bit longer. It was also a scam a year ago. Yeah. Well, all I can say is after a while, birds of the same feather flock together, and people of the same, stripes hang out with each other. And so if that's the case, then that's the case. That's how things turn out. Hey, Sunspun Production. Nice to have you in the chat. Yeah, Bit Casino. Yeah, the fat bald guy from Canada. Sometimes, when you watch all these other YouTubers, they seem to live a rich life. But if they live such a rich life, you have to ask yourself, like, why are they making YouTube videos? Um, Anyways, and why are they making YouTube videos about making money? And they want to show you how to make money, right? People who make wealth videos, how to become wealthy. Just watch my video, you'll become wealthy like me. Doesn't make any sense. But people who are willfully ignorant or willfully in denial, another thing, they don't see that about themselves, and they don't see how the rest of the community sees them, and they go out and they just flaunt themselves, and it only works on the people who are ignorant, who don't know. And of course, unfortunately, there are a lot of people who don't know. They're first timers, they're newbies. And unfortunately, it makes the rest of the community look bad, because now they think these people, whether it be Trayvon James, Bitzler, Adam Gutierrez, or the fat bald guy, and then Ozzy and Craig Grant and people like these, they think these people are Bitcoiners. They think these people are Bitcoiners or cryptocurrency enthusiasts. They see these people as us, or this community. And like I said, uh, the only reason why this happens is because this community allows it to happen. All right. So, anyways, this is the article of Ken. Value continues to drop over 70%, and you can see the chart right here. It just keeps going down and down. 70% value gone. That's the ICO market. That's what you're going to be seeing. So Anyways, hopefully you enjoyed today's show. I think I'm going to wrap it up. So if you're wondering about how to split your tokens, this is basically, again, how you do it. You have all your inputs. Just add one more input into it that comes from a newly minted coin. There's talking about faucets that will have tainted coins. If you bought coins from a miner, that is tainted. If you buy any tokens or any Bitcoin from a person who has already tainted, all right, their coins, if you buy from them, or if they give you any portion of Satoshi to put into your wallet, it works. Essentially, you could take a Satoshi of a tainted coin, and in your one wallet, consolidate into basically one output, have it go into one address, and then you could take that address and use that for all your other wallets, because once you separate it, it's been tainted. Then you could use this address for all your other wallets to taint them and separate your SegWit 2x. Basically you're splitting your coins, or you're tainting them so they won't be, so they're non-replayable. You're not, I wouldn't say you're really splitting them, but something like that. And then from there on, you can just sweep them into a SegWit 2x wallet. Hello, Pinky's out. How you doing? Anyways, I'm going to conclude this episode. Let's leave it on the meme here. So feel free to like, dislike, leave a comment, even do a video response. And I apologize for the technical difficulties I've had. My internet was not running. And thank you for the chat for being here and letting me know that my video was down, my sound was out. I apologize. Hopefully it was bearable for you and anybody else who watches. I appreciate everyone. Dual overhead camness, Sunspun production. It's me, Boss Lady. Pinky's out. Let's see who else was in the chat. Client Shibzig. Kind of a hard thing to say. Josh S. Thank you for the thumbs up. And Alan Bell, appreciate you coming onto the show in the live stream or in the live chat and making comments for me. Sigrin C, Surgeon C, thank you for that. No. Oh, you know what? I apologize. I'm gonna go a little bit longer. I do want to go over my usual what is it? Oh, the fees. Sorry about that. I forgot all about the fees. So let me go over the fees real quick, and then a chart analysis. So let's go over Bitcoin fees. All right, so Bitcoin fees here, and let's have a look at the fees. It looks like it's going down a little bit. I saw the mempool earlier today. It has dropped a little bit more. It was last time, I think yesterday, it was 50,000 transactions in the mempool. I saw a little bit earlier today. It was about 25, so it has gone down by half. Yes, 13 live viewers. It's a new record for me. I know. Usually I get like 4. But even then, I think it's safe to say you can probably go at a lower fee. It's starting to. It's still at 200, but you could probably do where it's a little yellow. So you can see it's yellow right here. So 160 to 170 to probably where it peaks out at 310 Satoshis. So, but the range is getting bigger. Let me go into the mempool real quick. All right, so wow, it's gone down dramatically. You can see it was a high of 50,000 transactions in the mempool. It's come down to 11,835 transactions, and so it's looks like it's starting to clear out. But I'm wondering if it will go down to, you know, below 5,000, back to, you know, 2,000 to 3,000 transactions in the mempool, because so far since November 1st, it has not gone below 5,000 transactions in the mempool. But it looks like it is clearing out. I did a transaction today, actually. So, and I actually had to take 2 outputs and do 2 inputs, or yeah, two outputs and 2 inputs. So I literally had to combine 2 inputs and turn them out and make 2 separate payments, and put a high fee on it because I knew it was very congested, and it was about $6, but I would have paid $8, so I saved a little bit. Let me see, Bitcoin wisdom. Let's do a quick chart analysis. And thanks for everyone for sticking around. Appreciate it. And today we made a new high. Look at that. This thing's incredible. And let's see what. Okay. Let's see where this line goes. All right, there we go. Wow. You know, with a candlestick like that on a weekly, breaking above that top channel trend line, it's a very, very bullish sign to me anyway. Let's have a look on the hourly. Surgency, have not used the Viabit transaction accelerator. So no, I have not. Well, I might try it. Maybe I'll look into it, but I haven't tried it yet. So let me just draw the top line real quick. All right, and then let me just pull back to a 12-hour and see what kind of time frame we get. 12-hour looks really good. It's following that simple moving average all the way up. It's hitting it. Matter of fact, if you look at the 2 red candlesticks, all it did is just bounce off that moving average. Let me go into a 3-day. Just let me move it over just a little bit. 3-day looks 3-day looks like there's a gap here, which it could be a pullback. It could be. Again, we're in a bull market. We're in a this is a hyper unicorn market because of the fact that it's gone above that channel line and the SegWit 2x hard fork. probably going to FOMO. It's just, there's too much excitement. A lot of is at stake with the SegWit 2x hard fork. A lot is at stake. Again, people are going to pump this price up for the sole purpose of incentivizing miners to mine on their chain. So the price is going to be pumped. It's going to be pumped really hard. So 10,000. I mean, we're not. Let me see. It went up to 7,900. I'm sorry, $7,569.90 is the high on Bitstamp. All it needs is to go up another 2,500, and you pretty much got 10,000, if I'm not mistaken. Let me use a simple calculator. 7,500 plus 2,500, yeah, 10,000. Moving 2,500 in a week and a half, it's happened. I mean, it wasn't that long ago that this was literally, $5,000, and now you're looking at 7,500. So $10,000 is not completely out of its realm. 10,000 is not means on the weekly. Yeah, I mean, it's creating a bullish triangle there. So anyways, I'll conclude this episode now, finally. Sorry if it was so long on this meme. Okay, now finally, I'm going to end this live stream. Thank you for everybody in the chat. Please like and subscribe and share this video. Appreciate it. And stay tuned until next time, everyone. Bye-bye.